Hi everyone, welcome back to the next diecast. In today's video, I'll be unboxing this 1/18 scale 2002 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am made by Yatming Road Signatures. I got this model from eBay for just over $68 in total, and that's including shipping and everything. This is actually quite a difficult model to find, and most times you'll see these Yatming 1/18 scale 2002 Firebirds listed on sites such as eBay for usually between $50 and upwards of $100, depending on the condition of the model, the color that you're getting, and whether or not it comes in the original box, and whether or not the model has ever been removed from said box. So I think I got mine for kind of in the middle of the price range. But I've actually been looking for this Pontiac Firebird model for quite a bit now. As many of you know, I do have Maisto's 1/18 scale 1978 Firebird in 1/18 scale, and I did want to get, I guess, a more modern version of the Firebird to go with that classic Firebird. And of course, 2002 was actually the final model year of the Pontiac Firebird. And the Camaro, which is basically Chevrolet's version of the Firebird, would bow out as well for a few years after 2002. So 2002 was the final model year for the Pontiac Firebird, period, and 2002 was the final model year of the Camaro. But eventually the Camaro would, of course, be revived for 2010 and then be produced until 2023. The Pontiac division of General Motors would actually be canceled in 2010. So 2002 was truly the final year of the Pontiac Firebird, and I'm happy that I got a 1/18 scale model of the 2002 Pontiac Firebird. I decided to go with the awesome looking sunset orange version of Yatming's Firebird with this beige interior. And Yatming does also make a 1/18 scale version of the 2002 Pontiac Firebird Collector's Edition, which is yellow and has black wheels and some special graphics on it as well, just like the real version of that car. And that 1/18 scale model is actually even more difficult to find than this orange version. So if you're looking for either of these models, get ready to spend, I would say, more than you usually would on a 1/18 scale model of the budget range in general, and a little bit more than, you know, Yatming Road Signatures 1/18 scale models in general. But all that aside, I'm definitely happy that I have this model added to my collection. So in this video, I'm going to unbox it. And then, of course, in my next video, I will do a full review of this model. But we'll take a look at the model inside the box first. This is kind of the standard Yatming Road Signatures box that they were packaging their models in the 2000s. You have this kind of dark red look. And then you have the Road Signatures logo on the bottom left portion. And then you have the name of the car on the bottom right portion. And then it says scale 1/18 kind of repeatedly on the bottom here. And then on the top, you have the window portion, of course, die-cast metal deluxe edition 1/18. And then on the side flaps, also says deluxe edition. And then you have the Road Signatures logo, die-cast metal, and then quality handmade. Then you have the various information about the model on the back here, along with the Yatming inscription. Same stuff on this side flap, and then on the bottom, you'll have all of the, if I can turn it right side up, all of the licensing information for the various models that they were making at this time in their 1/18 scale line. Now, Yatming is actually no longer in business. I believe they were acquired at some point in the early 2010s, and now they are under the Lucky Diecast name. So you can still find a lot of Yatming Road Signatures models for sale today, new, but a lot of them, like this Pontiac Firebird, have not been produced for quite some time, better part of like 15 years or more at this point. So, but we're gonna go ahead and get this Pontiac Firebird out of its box. We will open it up from this side. Looks like this side the tape has been cut already, but this side it looks like it's still intact, which is interesting to see. This would actually have a strap holding the hood shut, but it looks like that was taken off at one point. But the doors are still being held shut by that strap in the middle. So they've actually never been opened up. That's kind of cool to see that. But let's get this Pontiac Firebird out of the box. Open it up from the side here. Kind of a dusty box, but the model seems to be in really good shape, which I always like to see. And then we'll see. There we go. There's our model. I think the orange paint looks really cool on the 01 to 02 Firebirds, especially the convertible versions. Just really suits it, I think, quite well. And I actually prefer this paint scheme over the collector's edition paint scheme. But let's get this pulled out. This has a nice plastic base going on with it, too. I'm thinking I can just pull this. Let's... There, I got this pulled out. There's actually an extra piece of plastic inside there, and there's this cardboard backing that goes behind the base and inside the box when you have the model packed up in there. But wow, here's the Firebird on its plastic base. You have the name of the car on the front here in this kind of gold section, 2002 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, and then road signatures next to that. This looks good, I think, on this base for sure. I'll give you a rotated look of the model on this plastic base. The base is, I think, a little bit big for the car, but I think Yatming did make bigger models that fit on these quite long bases, but wow. I really like the looks of the final generation Firebird and Camaro. Not everyone's favorite, I'm sure, but I happen to really like the looks of them. But wow. Really love the orange paint scheme on here. And in real life, you could actually get the 2002 Pontiac Firebird in this same paint color with this same kind of two-tone beige and black interior. And I think it really paired up quite well together. This is actually, I think, my favorite paint scheme that you could get the final gen Firebird in. So, really, really cool. All right, well, there's the model on its base. Now, it is being held down on the base by a couple of screws, so we're going to go ahead and get those off next. See what we got going on down here. Interesting screw layout. You have one screw on each kind of angle or on each of the corners instead of like two in the center. Never seen that before on a base. See how hard these are to get out. Not too hard. These are gold screws too, which is interesting. Get that second one out. Look at how thick this part is where the car was sitting. That's interesting. Quite a big base, I think, for this model, but it does look good when you have it on the base, at least. All right, here's the Firebird off the base. Now we just got to get that strap off. What a cool-looking car. Oh, it does have steering. I wasn't sure if it would or not. Awesome. All right. Let's see. It looks like... Oh, okay, so the tape is on the outside. If I just pull it... I think it was that simple. Yes, it was. There we go. There's our 2002 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am out of the box and off its base. What a cool looking car, for sure. I'll give it a quick cleaning. It does have some dust on it, and then we'll take a quick close look at it. All right, here's our 2002 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am convertible made by Yatming Road Signatures. Looks like a really cool model. And of course, with this model, you do have the working steering, the opening hood, and the opening doors. Bit on the stiff side, but they open up nonetheless. Looks like a really cool model. Definitely happy that I got this for the price that I got it for, but of course I will do an in-depth review of this model in my next video, as I mentioned at the beginning of this unboxing here. But yeah, close all these opening fixtures up. Give you kind of one more look at it with all the doors and the hood shut. Again, love the paint color on this. It really suits, I think, the Firebird really well. So cool. All right, well, here's our Firebird by Yatming. Definitely looks like a cool model, and I'm looking forward to reviewing this model for my next video. Feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on this unboxing video. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.